I really want to not hide the wheel. Are we in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No.
Thank you to the national
How
bird
many?
of fucking.
How many?
Yes.
How many birds do you have here? Let's just before we even start. How many
No.
birds do you have here?
I don't have, but that's not my personal bird. That's a Hadida.
I know, but people have Hadidas as animals
No.
these days. You know
So
that?
do you think I just have a free range
Yes, I
Hadida
see.
living
You
in
know-
my yard that just comes here,
Nothing
Charles,
surprises
greets me once in a while and then leaves?
Nothing surprises me
No,
anymore.
I don't own a Hadida.
Oh my god. What's up everybody and welcome to another show. Another video on YouTube because I'm doing this YouTube series thing. And you guys obviously loved the previous video and I decided that I'm going to continue on this journey and I'm going to get many people on the show. Let's go to the show for now. And today we are sitting with Mr. Chuckles. But let's start from there. Let's start
What's up, guys?
right
Can I
there.
at least greet the people
No.
first?
No.
Okay.
What the hell is going on with Chuckles? Where the Chuckles don't tell me what?
Honestly, that is that is where it came from. So from the Sweets Chuckles. So my sister would always buy it, and she would always leave a bag in the fridge. And then when I bought the car, it was just the car is red.
The bag is red.
The bag is red. I love the sweets. So I just named it Chuckles. Yeah.
And it became a brand, eh?
Yeah.
You can introduce yourself to the people because I don't know what we're going to speak further on this Chuckles vibe. So introduce yourself, tell us who you are, where you're from, and what you're currently doing.
How's it, guys? So I'm Chuckles. Everyone knows me as Chuckles, but my name is Nash. Always grew up and lived in Joburg my entire life. I did live in other places. I did Cape Town for 5 years, and then came back to Joburg, and now I'm just working for myself.
You lived in Cape Town for 5 years?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Where in Cape Town?
So when I got there, I lived in Gordons Bay Strand for a year.
Soft life.
Yeah, and then I couldn't leave at 5:30 in the morning just to avoid traffic and drive 108 k's every single day. It was beautiful on weekends. It was honestly beautiful on weekends. I mean, I didn't drive my car when I lived in Cape Town. Only to work and back. And then on weekends, I would literally walk to the beach, walk to Pick and Pay, whatever was right there. And then from there, I moved to Tiger Valley.
Durbanville, basically.
Basically. Yeah. And then Burgundy Estate.
That is almost in Tableview.
Yeah, Milnerton.
Yeah.
The most central, and I love Burgundy Estate.
They are super expensive, unnecessarily so, by the way.
Look, it is, but for me, it was the convenience of I was working in town at the time, and I didn't want to use my car at all. So public transport, in and out of town was perfect.
Okay.
If you're gonna go to Cape Town, that's where you want to be.
Yeah.
You know,
clean. Unlike Joburg CBD.
It's surprisingly clean, but also you get to see why it is that way.
Yeah.
If you live there.
Yeah, 100%. So 5 years of your life you spent there. Have you ever in that 5 years been part of the car community there?
Barely, just barely, because at that time this car was with me in Cape Town.
Okay.
I drove it from Joburg down to Cape Town, but nothing was done on it at that time. So I just had a set of wheels. When I got to Cape Town, I managed to mess that up also. So it was on a set of Steelies, 14-inch. It looked 100% original.
Yeah.
So in terms of a car community, I would go for drags now and then at Kilani.
Yeah.
But I was never like part of a crew or let's build a vehicle or
type of thing.
like that,
But Cape Town vibe is really different to Joburg, eh? It is almost like a 360 sort of situation.
It's amazing how you can be within the same country and just in a different place, and the cars that are built are completely different.
Yeah.
Like here, people build Golfs, people build Polos. Not to say that it's not built like that in Cape Town, but there you'll find Nissan Sentras.
Yes.
You'll find your Runexes.
Yes.
You'll find VVL swaps into unnecessary VVL swaps.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? They just
like pushing the boundaries type thing.
Exactly. And it's amazing when you're in Cape Town to see what they're able to do, because just that vision and understanding that it's still within the same country, but it's something completely different.
Yeah. Joburg se mense kan nie ry nie. Oh my gosh. Joburg people
Now, you
can't
see-
drive. I can't.
But if you speak to anyone from Joburg that goes to Cape Town, they'll say the same thing about Cape Town
But
people.
it's-
Like,
oh.
Cape Town people, it's like, do you want to drive or do you want to just like put it in neutral and roll?
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay,
make
so
up
you
your
see,
mind.
this is okay. Let's debate this very quickly. So this is the thing of Cape Town people. Cape Town people know how to drive, know the road rules, and sort of kind of adheres to them mostly. But they drive slow in the fast lane.
Is that
Right?
Yes.
Joburg people just ignores all road rules altogether. Like circle rule, for example, doesn't exist here.
You know, what I've also seen is it's because the people from Durban are coming in.
Okay, now we're moving to
Yeah, the Durban people are causing that kak, yeah, because we as Joburg people always knew how to take a circle, and also we always understood if the robots are not working, you use it as a four-way stop.
Yes.
Durban is just like, I'm here, I'm in the middle of the intersection, whatever happens,
Let's
happens.
go.
I'm gonna pray to God and
Yeah.
just,
Let's go.
if I survive, I survive.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But people here get angry.
At the same time, if you all four get there at the same time, I think Joburg people expect that. No, you go. No,
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
No, you go.
Yeah.
No, you know what? Why don't you go? Nah, fuck off.
Why
going.
don't everybody just go at the same time?
Exactly.
And we all just
I'm
bump into
going.
each other type thing. You know?
You know, I can't. Also, just on that though,
Yeah.
Cape Town, the one thing that I realized they take dead serious is pedestrian crossings. Right?
Yeah.
Like if
Yes.
you see a pedestrian, you stop that car immediately.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
in South Africa, it's like it's almost a challenge, because here pedestrians will see you coming from like a little distance away,
Yeah.
and they'll slow down.
Yeah.
It's almost as if the stay is supposed
Yeah.
to stop your car. For
Yeah.
you, you know. So
And that's how people die on a serious note. Like
exactly,
that's how people
because
die.
I take that as, oh, okay, you're not gonna move. I want to see how far I can fling you,
Yeah.
because you in the middle of the road. You get out the road. My
Yeah.
car is bigger than you.
Yeah.
Just move.
It's gonna cause more damage. I mean, you're not gonna really make a dent in my
I
car.
tried that in Cape Town. I failed badly.
Yeah. Yeah. No, 100%. Like, tell us a bit about your background story. Like, who are you as a young child? Who were you? What type of things were you into? Were you always into the car community? Like, what were your passions at that time?
So growing up, I was actually majorly into sport.
Okay.
Very, very big into sport. So
What
I
type
always,
of sport?
I played soccer.
Okay.
So soccer was my end all and be all.
Okay.
I was convinced that I was just gonna, excel at that.
Yeah.
I mean, I did. I played provincial. I played club. I played at almost every level up until I think I was maybe 18. But before that, I started playing rugby as well. So a lot of sport, and that was my main focus, because I
Yeah.
always thought that, you know what, if I don't get the academics, at least I can, do something.
Yeah.
Because remember, when I was still in school, and this is obviously going to give away how old I am and all of that shit, but it was just after the whole Mandela coming out of prison and
Yeah.
all of that. So when I started school, I had those different opportunities.
Yeah.
So I got to play with an array of cultures and races,
Yeah.
as opposed to only growing
up in a
Indian
yes,
community. So what happened there was I focused a lot on it because I saw the opportunities out there for everyone else
Yes.
being open, because it literally just opened up.
Yeah.
So I kind of ignored my academics to an extent.
Okay.
So my main focus at that time was sport, but the car scene was always in the back of my mind, because I always would see in the community the cars that are there, and the cars that the guys are growing up with,
Yeah. Yeah.
the cars that my friends had. I mean, I still have a friend, his name is Sheldon. We, from the age of, I think, we were in preschool together, basically.
Yeah.
And once we were able to fully operate a screwdriver, it was over.
Yeah. You guys
It
were
was
just doing
over.
the things.
We opened every single hi-fi. We opened every single component on component systems. We opened CD players just to see how it works.
Yeah.
And then that's where the love for sound
Yeah. Yeah.
started.
Yeah.
So that's where the sound journey. And then in all my parents' cars, whatever cars they had, I made sure I threw in a tape deck, set of 6x9s.
Yeah. See, weren't they annoyed by that?
Whatever. Sorry?
Weren't they annoyed by you just doing this stuff?
Not really, because I think they kind of saw that I was into it.
Yeah.
And also they benefited from it.
Yeah.
They also love music and listening to music on long drives and shit like that. So yeah, I'm just attacking my cup.
I don't know what just happened there.
Yeah, no, I just hit my cup.
You literally
of
just
water.
like everything is out.
And everything just flew.
At least it will dry.
Yeah.
You know?
Somewhat. But now I just gotta.
Now you can't even.
Now I gotta lean.
You can't even lounge like I'm lounging.
I gotta lean on myself.
Like I'm lounging, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. So sports, not so much car scene.
Yeah.
And then matric. My dad, before matric, we were still living in Mondio at the time, and he bought a 1992 Corolla GLS. Okay. 1.6.
Yeah.
Aircon.
Yeah.
All those lovely gadgets, but it wasn't the twin cab. White. For at that time I think it was 20,000 rand.
You?
But the car did not have a dent or scratch. It had an original set of wheels, books, single owner from brand new, and we even knew the owner from the time he bought the car.
Yeah.
My dad drove it a couple times, whatever, bought that car, and that was when I was like, right,
this is it. This is where it all begins now, basically.
And that's when we started gathering, putting a set of wheels, putting the calipers, all of that.
Yeah. So was there anyone that inspired you that were doing that kind of things, and that you were like, oh wow, look at what this guy's doing, or look at what this woman is doing?
Not really. I would actually go to the Rand show at that time, and I don't know if you know the setup now. There used to be that pit at the bottom. I don't know. They call it the amphitheater. And so there would always be a car show there. So every single Rand show, I'd make sure I'd make my way down there and have a look at it, because I loved the older school cars, because that was the cars that my dad grew up with.
Yeah.
And I would always see, like my friend Sheldon, his father also would have the older spec vehicles. So they have the Cortina Buckies, they had the Cortinas, they had the E30s, they had the Audis, those older spec vehicles. So older school was where it started, and then it just, from there, it was everyone and anyone in the industry at that time.
Yeah. So your first car that you bought yourself, which car was that?
My first car was a Corolla RSI.
Look at you.
That was the one that I physically bought myself.
Yeah.
The first car that I had was the Corolla. Yeah.
So obviously it went from, how many cars have you owned from that one? From the one that you bought yourself now?
This is the second one.
This is only the second one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've owned this car 13 years.
Yeah. No, but I don't think I was ready for the 13 years. I think the 13 years shocked me, because I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Was Vivos in existence 13 years ago?
2011.
Guys, I'm getting old. Oh my god. Like, I'm not even keeping track of time anymore. So the 13 years really caught me off guard, because I'm just thinking, if you do anything more than 10 years, it's almost like, how is that possible type of thing? You know what I mean?
Nowadays, yeah.
Yeah. So you had a Toyota before, and what made you move then over to German?
For me, it was the availability, firstly, and also the price at the time, honestly, because I wanted to have something that I was going to be able to pay off and be able to pay it off.
Yeah.
But also something that's new, something that's got the comfort and the safety that I need.
Yes.
And I obviously wanted something that's easy to fiddle with, easy to play with, and something that looks nice on the road as well.
Yeah, of course. Are you saying the Toyota doesn't look nice?
No, I never said that the Toyota doesn't look nice, but in terms of the newer spec vehicles at that time, this was
the it one, the one that stood out for you, basically.
Yeah. Because there was the Polo 6, but I wasn't going to spend that amount of money at that time.
Yeah. You see, when the Polo 6 came out, it was a craze. Like people were going for it. They were like, no, we're gonna do it. Everybody was buying Polos.
Yeah.
I think that's basically where the Polo thing started.
Yeah.
If you look now on the road, I am convinced that the majority of cars in South Africa is Polos.
Yeah.
I'm convinced.
Well, because VW hit two nails on the head. It is reliability and price.
Yeah.
That's the two things that everyone's gonna look at in the vehicle.
Yeah.
And if you're looking at enthusiasts, how easy is it to manipulate and play with?
Yeah. And how nice
engine wise, exactly. Engine wise, to exterior, to interior, to everything. How much can you play?
Yeah.
And VW just allows you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously we can see the cars on the floor. I don't know if you guys are going to properly be able to see this, but we try to show you as much as we can. But obviously the car is sitting like on the floor at this point. So how did you get it like this? What is in here? What did you do? Talk us through the process here.
So initially this car was static. Everyone remembers this car.
Yeah,
Static.
yeah.
I used to ride a set of coilies, FK coilies, for a very, very long time, and those were, I was almost maxed out all the time.
All the time, yeah.
And for me, I was still not happy because I would go to a show, and I would just want that little bit extra.
Yeah.
And I tried to coil it down, and something would not work. You know,
yeah.
I would either be catching the wheel or something like that. So that's eventually why I wanted to.
Don't many people feel that way?
Well,
do you know you get people get stuck, and they're still not happy with the fact that they only got stuck there. They wanted to get stuck earlier.
So when this car was static, there was a point where I had it a little bit higher, and I decided, you know what, screw it, we're gonna go for Toys for Boys.
Yeah.
We need to, make an appearance.
Yeah.
So I changed the wheel.
And lower profile, obviously.
No, it was the same. I had 185/35s.
Okay.
But I had the Golf 6R wheels, the 17 reps.
Oh yes.
I had those on my car. So I decided I found a friend that had Vossens, a set of 17 Vossens. Yeah. Took those wheels, put them on the car. Car wasn't low enough because if I fully coiled down the front, drive shaft was knocking. So I said, let's C-notch.
Yeah.
C-notch the car, did everything. And then I decided that was how I was going to drive the car for a while.
Yeah.
Decided to go to the Glen Shopping Center. Rooftop parking. And anyone that knows the Glen rooftop parking, that speed bump there by the ticket box thing when you're coming out, there's not one, there's three.
Yeah. Yeah. So you chose the worst place to go to. With that.
And I didn't get stuck on like the second or the third one. Nah, bro, first.
Yeah.
Thanks. You're not leaving from here.
The Glen Shopping Center was showing you flames.
And we were discussing this earlier.
Yeah.
Where I told you there's a point when you're driving static with the car, you can feel like, okay, it's going to be fine. And then all of a sudden you feel like you're not moving anymore.
Yeah.
Then you feel that you like a seesaw. That's when you give up hope and you just... if you don't have passengers, you're going to have to hunt for people to try and help you. I think I'm moving the mic here every time I speak.
Move it up.
But now it's going to be like super loud.
No. One thing. If you can't find people,
then you're screwed.
You're screwed.
Then you're screwed. Because how are you going to push the whole car yourself?
Exactly.
So that time, luckily enough, I managed to back the traffic up badly enough for a good few uncles to jump out their car.
Yeah.
And I was gone out of there, bro. Like as soon as they pushed me off, as soon as I caught traction, I was like, screw the ticket. They even opened the boom, everything. I was like, I'm out of here. I'm gone. Lucky at that time, I didn't have my plates on as well.
Yeah. Oh, you were driving without plates? Yeah. But that's illegal.
Well, yeah.
You didn't even have the chuckles on?
Nothing.
Ah, you people and your daredevil behavior. This is the thing.
Yeah, but that was also before they were so hectic about everything.
It's always been that way. We just ignored the rules.
Yeah, but
and we still
now they're a bit more stringent and stuff.
Yeah.
Before they were fine. No, I had to check temperature sometimes.
Yeah. Oh my God! You now obviously are no longer static.
Yeah.
What made you make that change? That's always what people want to know. Like, why do people change from being static to going to the backlight?
So for me, it was multiple factors. The first was the fact that I love lows and I love driving the car. Driving the car low.
Yeah.
So the only way I could get lower and have the ability to, if I get to a speed bump, do what I need to do or drive into my own driveway.
Yes.
Which I couldn't
can't do that.
Which I couldn't do for a while. Yeah.
Shocking.
But that was the main reason. I needed the flexibility, but also I wanted the lows.
Yeah.
I want the car to be low.
Yeah. And is this more comfortable?
Definitely.
In terms of the drive or in terms of the experience?
It depends on how you drive it, I would say. So if you're driving long distance, you obviously can't drive it slammed. If you drive it slammed, you're going to bounce.
Yeah.
So you're going to feel it when you're inside the vehicle.
Yes.
But if you slightly air it up and you're hitting it on the long road, it's beautiful.
Yeah. And your journey in the automotive industry, talk to us about that, because apparently you are some kind of famous person and people know you all over the world. And like, when I first got to Joburg, the first name that I heard was Chuckles. So tell me about your fame, for the lack of a better word.
Nah, there's for me there's no such thing as fame. The biggest thing that I did when I joined or when I started in this thing was I wanted to have the ability to bring people that are like-minded, that appreciate the same things together.
Yeah.
So in doing that, that's how I was sort of put out there.
Yeah.
So
that's how you were recognized.
I host events basically, and with those, it's majority park-offs, just gatherings for people, and through that, people got to know me.
Yeah.
And through the success of the events that we hosted and things like that.
Yes.
I would go out to a lot of shows also.
Yeah.
So as much as I hosted, I was everywhere.
Yeah.
So
support. Yeah. Obviously.
Because I can't expect people to come for my show if I'm not
supporting
going to be there for yours. And also we had the big shows where we, the Joburg vs Victoria, the BMW versus VW, those type of shows where we would go and just show support. And in doing that, the photographers would see the car, the guys would see you driving in, and that's how you build your name.
Yeah.
That's how I got to where I am, I guess.
Yeah. So
I still don't think I'm as big as people say I am, but
we all on that same wavelength in terms of we don't believe we are where we want to be, number one, and number two, where people say we are.
Yeah.
Because I think it's in our nature. Our nature is of a humble sort of method or way, and that's why we don't believe what's happening, the hype and stuff. But the reality is that if you have that impact, regardless of how you see yourself, it's about your perception out there. You know what I mean? It's about how people see you instead of you seeing yourself, type of thing. And that's what differentiates where you think you are and where you actually are, basically. So I think take it as a compliment, first of all, and also take it as a means and a way for you to use that sort of almost power that people are giving you to influence in a positive way.
Yeah, of course. That's the only way I'm using it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's for me the biggest, or the one thing that makes me happiest. And I've always told everyone that whenever I have a park-off or whenever we put something together, my biggest thing that I want to see is that everyone is firstly having a good time, and also bring whatever you have. You're going to see things that you've never seen before. Have you ever seen a bagged Swift? Suzuki Swift?
Before I came to Joburg, no.
But there is one.
Yeah.
And there's one in Daily Stunt, in the crew.
Yeah.
So it's things like that. People are building. I mean, you get to see Atos, a Hyundai Atos, bagged with a set of Eagles, a decent wheel, something like that. Bring it, show us.
Yeah.
Get your car out there also.
Yeah.
100%. Because as much as we building cars and we are inspiring people, show us what our inspiration has done.
Yes.
Bring it to the fore and let's see what you've got, because 9 times out of 10, what we've inspired you to build is probably going to be better than what we even have.
Yes. But for individuals like yourself, you guys are actually doing the building and modifications and stuff like that. So I think essentially what you want to do is you want to inspire people so much that they're going to one-up you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They're going to one-up, because we want the industry to be sustainable.
Exactly. Because and the thing is, maybe that's what separates some of us from the others, is I want you to one-up me.
Yes.
I want you to show me that you've got a Polo just like mine. Do something different.
Yes.
And show us, because I want to look at that and be like, hey, that's actually,
that's actually awesome. Unique and it's awesome. And someone took the initiative to you go think of something absurd, like
completely different.
Crazy.
Completely different.
And this is such a good segue into something that I wasn't going to talk about, but I'm going to talk about it now. I did a video yesterday on my TikTok account where I specifically asked or spoke to the people that have nice cars. They've built these nice cars, but they don't bring them to car shows.
Mm.
And I challenge those people to get into my comments and tell me why. Why don't you bring them to car shows? There's so many comments.
Yeah.
And you know what is the common theme of those comments?
Built for myself.
Built for myself. I don't feel like my car is good enough because people are judgerach. And I don't want to show off my car. And there's too many politics. Those are the things that are the common threads in every single comment.
Yeah.
So I want to get your view on that. Do you feel like we have the ability to, well, I know we have the ability to, but I want to know your opinion on this, to basically block out those kind of things, and just like you said earlier, just bring the car to the event.
Yeah.
Instead of focusing on how you're going to be judged or how people are gonna talk about your car or any of those things. Instead of that stuff, instead of focusing on that, bring the car.
Yeah.
We want to see. There will be 100 people at the show. Out of the 100 people, 70 of those people would want to see your car.
Exactly.
30 of those people are going to be the ones that's going to judge.
Exactly. And the biggest thing is people like that are only going to get that experience when they bring the car.
Exactly my point.
When they show the people that this is what they've actually done, because we must understand each individual is different, but there's perfectionists out there. There's people that want to build it till every single nut and bolt is 100% there.
Yes.
Then there's other people that jump on their roof.
Yeah. 100%.
But the car
Cut
is
their
still
cars
there.
in half.
You know,
Do the thing.
cut springs, C-notches that look like tooth decay, things like
Crazy.
that. There's some hectic stuff out
Crazy.
there, but at the same time, there's people that are also humble enough to say, listen, my car is not where I want it to be,
Yes.
and I'm not going to bring it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's getting the people to understand that even though your car may not be 100%
Yes.
to you,
Yes.
to someone else, just seeing that car at a park off or seeing what you've done to the vehicle
Yes.
is going to spark something.
I think people forget that.
Exactly.
They forget that your view is one view.
Yeah.
We are 62 million people in this country.
Yeah.
So you are projecting your one view on the rest of the car community. Obviously, there's not 62 million people in the car scene, but I mean, there's a lot of people in the car community.
There's a lot of people.
Do you know what I mean? So you could be the breaking point or the turning point for someone, and you wouldn't even know it.
Like you saying, accepting the fact that you are inspirational to others. And the thing about a vehicle is people underestimate how powerful something like this is. Not necessarily just from a kilowatt perspective, but you can take a vehicle and you can just park it off somewhere. Guaranteed, you leave a camera watching that space or whatever, there's people going to walk up to it.
Yes.
There's people going to look at it, there's people going to take pictures of
Yes.
it. It can be a standard vehicle, it can be something that's worked on. The reaction you're going to get from something that's worked on is always going to be a lot higher than something that's standard. Unless you're looking at like supercars and that level. But within our bracket, being able to tell someone, listen, your build is actually beautiful. And having them understand that, you know what, I've broken those 4 barriers. And I can bring my car out with confidence, knowing that even if 100 people look at my vehicle, only 70 like it. I'm okay with that.
Yes.
The other 30 doesn't need to matter to me.
In fact,
there's
no
those
one
people
need to
exactly.
matter.
But there's those people where those 30 matter more than what those 70 have said.
And that's our biggest problem.
That's their personal issues.
It's our biggest problem. And they are holding themselves back, and they're also negatively affecting our community in a way, because you are keeping that piece of genius equipment that you have there. You are keeping it away from people that want to experience it. Come on now. Like I've
but also
driven
to
in
an
my
extent, I can understand where, like, if you have someone that's like Chip Musa as an example, when he built in Kabi, I'm not going to drive that to every single show.
Of course not.
You know,
of course not.
But there will be shows where that car is going to be present because it's worth having it. You know, that I can understand. But I mean, you're building a Polo, you're building something with your friend, you're building a Golf, you say you're building a low limbo car, whatever it is, bring it. Show us what you've done so far. You know,
show us the progress.
Exactly. And you meet people, you speak to people the entire time. The only reason my car is the way it is because of people that I've met at shows.
Yeah, 100%. I can help
no
you.
other way. I haven't Googled a company to say, please, can I find who's gonna bag my car, who's gonna do.
Yeah.
The people that bag this car, I know them personally. I've met them. The first time I met them was through a show, through a convoy actually that we were doing.
Yeah.
Now they've bagged my car.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
and I mean, good result. Good result. You're happy with obviously what has been done.
Yeah.
You're happy with the way that it sits. Like everything is perfect the way that you want it.
Exactly.
You know, for someone else, I would look at this car and they'll be like, could have done better.
And you obviously get that as well. I mean, I get the people now. They're like, they look at the vehicle and they'll shake their head. They'll be like, "What have you done? Why did you go and spend so much money on the vehicle? Why would you go and do that?" And I'm just like, because it's mine.
Yeah, exactly. You get people out here playing sports that are spending much more money than that.
Exactly.
On equipment.
Exactly. And I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, the amount of money that I think I've spent in this car, people have spent on cycling. We're still going in the same direction. I can do it faster and look better.
Yeah. Probably, yes.
You know? And if it rains, I'm still dry.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm comfortable and warm. I'm very concerned for our industry, if I'm honest with you. I'm concerned for our industry because there's way too many opinions, and there's way too many people that believe they are the gods of our industry. And that concerns me.
Look, for me there's a fine line between, you know, giving someone the respect that's due, because they've been in the industry, they've been doing their thing, and they've been doing it regularly, you know, and they've earned it. And then there's those that, you know, just think because they've built a vehicle and they've got some fan base that they're allowed to lambaste everyone else and just, you know, your build is shit all of a sudden. Finding that balance and also listening to who you should. You know? There's some people that their opinions are just in the one ear out the other, and then there's some way you can actually value what they say. It's about understanding who you really want to
exactly, and that's the thing. But we don't have. I feel personally we don't have the ability to discern that. So many of us.
Sometimes,
we listen to the most ridiculous of things being said. Like, did you really just say that?
A lot of the times, and most of it is always, or most of it is speculation 9 times out of 10. People are speaking utter nonsense because of what they've heard from someone through someone else, and it's just
it's the worst.
It doesn't fly. And a lot of the time you'll find that a lot of the hate in our industry is based purely on that I have a friend that needs to know that you are not worth what I'm saying you are. You know? So if you out there saying, I built a nice vehicle, I've got 4,000 followers, whatever it is, someone is going to come and find a fault with you. And because you are my friend, you need to now have the same problem.
And you are ignorant enough to follow that.
Exactly.
Like you are not an individual. You don't have your own opinion. You don't
can't think for yourself.
Come on now, guys.
That sheep mentality.
100%.
But also you can't blame people as well, because people are out there and they want to be part of something so badly. So that's where sometimes, especially when it comes to like car crews and things like that, people get led astray. That's their learning experience. You know? Everyone does something right in some way because they've shown you that you know you want to be a part of it. But doing the right thing and actually making sure it's done the right way takes a lot.
So how many crews have you been part of?
From the beginning, this is now my second crew. But I've been affiliated to a lot. When I say affiliated to a lot of crews, it's like if I get along with someone and they add me to their WhatsApp group and they have an event, I don't see why I can't attend. Now for me, that's being part of the crew. Because you can put a sticker on the car, no problem. I go out to events that are not yours. They'll see who that I'm representing. And off we go. So I've got a lot of affiliates. But my main cruise that I've been a part of has been 2 crews.
Cool. And the one that you are currently a part of, how long are they in existence? Who is it firstly?
So it's Daily Stance GP.
Okay.
They've been in existence now for a couple of years. I think since 2021, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Or 2020, I could be wrong. But they have been around for quite a while, and I just recently joined them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who's the person that is coordinating everything?
The nice thing, or the difference with Daily Stance is there are a couple of core members.
Yeah.
But our admin as a group is around 26 people. Yeah, because we take a very level approach with everything. There's no like.
How do you get to a conclusion?
We literally, that's
26 people.
We are that slick when it comes to things.
Oh wow.
I'm being dead honest. We communicate, just a couple of guys, they don't respond or whatever, but once we reach an enough
like a quorum.
Yeah, well, once we get enough of a response from people, that's the direction we're going in. No one fights it, no one.
Yeah.
So there are a couple of core members that actually did start it, which is Masood and Tyrese.
Okay.
And then Justin and myself recently joined.
Yeah.
But there are other members, Muzi, Aziz, those guys as well.
Yeah.
That have been there from the beginning. So.
And then the member count in its totality?
So it's currently just over 100 members.
How do you maintain
100 active members? The thing is, when I say 100 active members, that's how we're able to maintain it. It's chaos at times.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's chaos in a sense where you want to be a part of it. Everyone knows everyone speaks to everyone gets on each other's case, everyone's teasing each other.
Yeah.
So we have our moments where, it's just utter nonsense.
Yeah.
In the group.
Yeah.
And then when it comes down to like event time and getting things done, we're able to get our communication through clearly.
Okay.
So
that's a well-oiled machine.
It is, and that's what I was saying about the people that have the same mentality, like-minded, and are pushing and aiming for the same things. Want to achieve the same things.
Yes.
It 100%. Makes things a whole lot easier.
Yeah. And in terms of events, obviously I have been to some of your events, but I want you to take us through, first of all, how many events you've hosted and which are the top 2 events you would highlight for us.
So I've hosted a lot of park-offs, right?
Okay.
So in terms of an event, I classify an event as something that someone would pay for.
Yes.
And come through and get that done. I have hosted 17 paid events.
Yeah.
Of those events, my top 2.
Yeah. The 2 that you feel was like stand out, everybody had a good time, successful. What?
Obviously the first one, and there's no doubt about it, Stance Fiesta last year. That was one of my favorites that I really enjoyed, purely because the concept was different.
Yeah.
We didn't necessarily have the biggest amount of cars.
Yeah.
But the concept was...
There wasn't a little cars either.
No, there wasn't a little cars as well. Fair enough.
I was a judge at that thing, and there was a lot of cars. Okay.
There was, but the ability to be able to just go in and take over a dealership and take a bagged car onto the floor and make it look like it's being sold by VW, and just have that environment created for the guys as well.
Yeah.
That was amazing, because I don't think I had a bad review from that show.
That's good.
But also, it wasn't just mine. It was a team.
It was a team effort.
Yeah. It was Daily Low, Candy Coated, Chanston, and Stansville as well.
Yeah.
So we were able to achieve that. And then the second show, my second most memorable one was, it actually wasn't a paid show. It was one that I did when I was still part of Stance Church.
Mm-hmm.
That was when we shut down Kiosk.
Okay.
So
was it
you've been to Kiosk, right?
Yeah. But was it Stance Church?
It was Stance Church, yes.
Okay.
It was Stance Church.
Okay.
So that was when Cheesy and I worked on that together. And that was you've been to Kiosk, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So you remember where we parked the last time?
Yes.
We had vehicles where the Ria Vaya was. All the way through. Where Kiosk was, the walkway.
Yeah.
We had vehicles
on
that back section going to FNB Stadium.
Oh.
We had cars parked on that back section. I think easily we had over 1,500 cars there then.
Hectic. Yo, if it was paid. I mean,
but that's why I love going to kiosk, because I don't expect a cent.
Yeah.
I want to achieve that.
Yeah.
Come, show your vehicle, come and park off, because firstly, I walk around at all of my park offs.
Yes.
And the one thing that I love seeing is, when last did I see you?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You're catching up with old friends, you're seeing people, and there's points where I'll go and I'll stand up at the top with whoever's organized it with me.
Yeah.
And we'll look down and we'll just look at people, and you get a sense of, you know what, we're doing something right.
Yes.
Because there's not a single person that's fighting or upset or angry.
Yes.
Everyone is just smiling and having a good time.
And that's the thing. We just want everybody to have a good time. Come on now.
That's it.
That's all.
You can
and then obviously for us as content creators, we want to create content. So
yeah.
Why do you think I'll advocate for people to bring their cars to shows? I need content. Please, guys. Bring
and that's the thing, because we also have that ability when you're at your park offs. We got awesome photographers that are up and coming.
A lot,
you know,
of them.
a lot of them that are established and that are up and coming.
Yes, 100%.
It's your opportunity where we have a mix of those. You know, so even for photographers in the industry, you can rub shoulders with, like, you know, the likes of your Mob Cultures, your Nobles, those guys. You know,
100%.
if you've just started your brand, and some of these guys that have just started are on that level already.
Yeah.
You know,
definitely.
So
definitely
get that exposure, get those vehicles out there. But also as a vehicle owner, it's win-win for you. You know, you park your vehicle off, you got someone like General Productions or Snap with Chance coming and doing a feature on your vehicle.
Yeah,
you're gonna love the content that comes out of that.
And also you're gonna get people, those creators, followers, they're gonna start now looking, and they're gonna be like, wait, what car is this? Like, I haven't seen this car
exactly
before.
This guy,
and it starts a whole conversation.
Exactly.
So it literally becomes we feed off your car, and then the people that's watching our content feeds off our content that introduces them to your car.
Exactly.
Full circle.
And it goes the other way as well, because you get people that will come through and be like, hey, I saw your vehicle on Raiden's channel.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So this is what it looks like and then it's a complete circle again. So I feel that people just need to get over their insecurities, as hard as it is, because there's a lot of perfection out there. Yeah. And just enjoy what's there.
Exactly.
Just enjoy what's there.
Just do the things that need to be done, basically.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, I really want to see this industry move well into the future. Like, I want to be dead and must still be alive.
Yeah.
Type of thing. You know? I feel like our children's children need to experience this kind of vibe as well. Because, I mean, cars are going to be flying in the next how many years?
Yeah.
Then what are we going to do? Because now it's pointless loading your car because it's in the air. What you know, what are we going to do now?
See, my Hardy-Da has returned.
As your heart, but where? I can't see it.
It's there. It's behind the...
It's probably behind the car. I can't see it.
Car,
Just don't make a noise.
It probably will.
No.
Because it's seeing friends.
Oh. So yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to see it moving well into the future. Even though we'll not be there, but new people will come in and they will take over and they will move it forward. And that's what we want, the continuity.
My thing is, as long as there are car enthusiasts, there will need to be a petrol engine, there will need to be adjustable suspension, there will need to be rims, as long as there are enthusiasts. If we give into this whole electric cars and all of that, okay, you can do some stuff to an electric car, great, you can slam it, you can do all of those things, fine. Then what?
Nothing.
You don't get to really enjoy it, right? Because you can only go a certain distance before you have to charge it and all of that. As long as there is an engine and as long as there are enthusiasts, we are safe.
Yes, let's hope so.
We are safe.
When I ask these questions, the intent...
You make me nervous.
No, the intent is not to cause harm. The intent is to open up conversation.
Okay.
Right? And also to...
And this is water, by the way. It's not
we're not doing anything. We're not doing anything untoward at this point. You know, it's a chill Sunday, and we're enjoying it. So, number one, the first question I want to ask you is: in the industry, what is the most difficult experience that you've had where you have had to have, or where you had a difference in opinion with someone, and that individual or group of people refused to hear what your point of view was. Have you had those, and what was it?
I have had it. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but I have had it happen to me. And I got to a point where I was just tired of explaining. I wasn't going to talk any longer.
Yeah.
And I just kept it moving because I was investing my energy into something that's not benefiting me.
Okay.
And it's not helping me grow and helping me get my vision out there and what I want to achieve in the stance.
Yeah. So you felt like you were trapped.
It wasn't helping me.
In someone else's box.
Not necessarily trapped. I was focused on something that didn't need my attention.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you just moved on from that. Like,
kept it moving.
Yeah. What was the worst comment that someone has made about your car to you?
Oh, that my parents own the car.
Someone said your parents owned the car.
Someone said that this was my parents bought it for me and it's all daddy and mommy's money.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Where would that even come from? Where would that stem from?
Hate.
Like just pure hate. That's crazy.
It exists, man. It exists.
My word.
People don't think that you can achieve the things that you achieve.
So do people think that my mother bought me this car? Like I can't get myself this car.
Probably.
It's mad.
Exactly. That's when that's when it comes back to that point that I was saying, that people will base what they think of you on what someone has told them.
Yeah.
They won't ever create their own perception of you.
Yeah.
And the people that do give you the chance or do have the ability to create their own perception of you are the ones that actually are like, okay, they get the real picture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Out of every person in South Africa, every content creator in South Africa, excluding myself, I always say this whenever I interview someone because I do not want to be included in it. Who is your favorite content creator at
Skid Marks.
Skid Marks.
Skid Marks.
Skid Marks is the guy that goes to shows and does videos and vlogging vlogging and stuff.
He does vlogs, he interviews guys.
Yeah.
He pretty much does the same thing as you,
Yeah.
but he does a more like, he'll go to a show
Yeah.
and he'll cover the show.
Yeah.
You know?
So almost like the Real Society. Some of the concepts.
But remember, we're talking about like ultimate all-round creator, right?
Yeah.
Daily Low and Candy Coated, they my
Your day ones.
Exactly. So when I speak about, you know, content creators and stuff, it's not that I exclude them on purpose.
Yeah.
It's just they at a level where they know that they my boys. We work. We do our work together.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's a reason we work together.
Yeah.
So I always think outside of them also. You know?
So what about Skid Marks stands out for you?
He gives everyone a chance. So he'll find a vehicle, he'll go and he'll show you the entire vehicle.
Yeah.
Without even the owner being there or whatever. And if the owner is there, he'll take the time to stand and talk to you about it.
Yeah.
And he does features on vehicles that people want to see as well.
Yeah.
So Campfest winner,
yeah,
he went and interviewed, I can't remember the guy's name, but Emotion,
yeah,
you know, he did a feature on that. He did a feature for Daily Stance as well, you know, so he's pretty relevant.
Yeah.
And outside of him, I would say General Productions and Snap with Chance.
Okay.
Those are also my day ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every time I have a park off, they're there with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside of your shows, which show was the most enjoyable for you to go to?
Where I had the most fun?
Yes.
German vs. Jap, but 2022. Last year's German vs. Jap. That was, I had the most fun. Non-competitor, we had the time. We did the whole toot where at my house, 3:30 in the morning, starting the cars, off we go, we convoying from 4 o'clock so we can, you know, be in line, things like that. Friends.
Let's just not make noise. That's it.
And that for me was the most enjoyable because yes, it was full. Yeah. But it wasn't as full as people explained it was this year. I didn't go this year to German vs. Jap. But last year I really had fun at German vs. Jap.
Yeah.
Stance to Dance at no, not Stance to Dance. It was the one at Wild Waters. The first one at Wild Waters. Team Nodo hosted it, man.
That is Stance to Dance.
That is Stance to Dance, yeah.
Yeah.
No, isn't it it was Summerfest or something. But I know Stance to Dance was definitely involved.
Yeah.
That was really enjoyable for me because
the one where I locked my key in my car.
in your car. Yes.
Where I paid 1,500 for a locksmith to come put a thing in the door and open the door. That one.
That one.
Yes.
And the reason I'm saying that, and people are gonna be like, Stance to Dance, really? The reason I enjoyed that because it was completely different. Again, it was completely different. Where?
That's your YouTube stuff.
No, well, the friends are still here. So you'll see how long that lasts. And it's staring at me like, you know.
Just don't come here.
Like it's ready.
That is true.
Those.
At least I don't think people can hear it on the mic though. I doubt it. But yeah,
they are not my pets. Just by the way, as much as he's trying to convince everyone, they are not my pets.
It is.
Yes, Dance to Dance.
Yeah.
And the reason I enjoyed that completely different.
Yeah.
And also, just the way they set everything up, like how you were able to take pictures of your vehicle, but like right at the water.
Yeah.
That beach vibe as well. Cars allowed on the top.
Yeah.
The first time that was done, absolutely enjoyed it.
Yeah. Very nice. Sorry. In terms of cars, if we look at cars across the industry, which car would you say is a standout for you in the last year?
There's a lot of cars that have really stood out. But the ones that really caught my attention in the last year, and also the way in which it was built, how it was built, and also it's something that you don't really see at all.
Yeah,
is Masood's blue Corolla.
Okay.
With the Ranex front.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a pearl.
Yeah.
You know.
100%.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
That really stands out for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is actually quite a controversial question I want to ask. Which show, in your opinion, had the most appropriate Best of Show winner?
Most appropriate Best of Show winner. We're talking about Best of Show, right?
Yes.
As
in the overall winner.
The overall winner.
Yes.
German vs. Jap this year.
German vs. Jap this year.
This year, yeah.
Okay. Give us the car. You have to give us the car.
The Toyota Corolla with the, I think it's a 2JZ swap.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because with that pearl paint
with that
job,
color, that thing,
everything was done. That's completely rebuilt.
Yeah.
And the reason that I'm saying it was well worth the win.
Yeah.
I could not see anything wrong with that car from the pictures and media what was shown.
Yeah.
And also just the way in which it was built. I've never seen one that color. I've never seen one that spec.
Yeah.
So
if you see it in person, it is insane.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to see
insane it in the membrane. Like, we obviously had media day, and it wasn't like we weren't sardines on media day, but we were able to fully view every single car that was there, and that car was like the bomb.com.
Yeah.
It was on a ramp. It stood on a ramp
with those mirrors.
It had the whole vibe going.
Yeah.
But it genuinely is super clean. Like, I'm talking about not a speck of dust.
Yeah.
Not a speck of dust, not a scratch, nothing. It's clean.
Again, that is a complete and proper build.
Yeah.
Nut and bolt from engine to everything.
Yes.
It's completely done.
100%.
Yeah.
It really was something else. I think if people really, like, it was in Speed and Sound as well. It had a feature in Speed and Sound. So people see it on the cover or they see it in the magazine and they're like, oh wow, guys, go see the thing.
Yeah.
In like with your eyes there in front of you.
Yeah.
It's a whole different.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, that car is next level, 100%. So I agree with you on that. It was a good choice in terms of just knocking everybody out of the park.
Yeah.
There. Yes.
Convincing win. That's why I had to make sure you were speaking about best of show.
Yeah.
Because there was other categories.
Yeah.
You know, people were very upset.
Yeah. No, of course.
So
yeah. You know.
Who are the judges? Who do they think they are? Like, they don't know what they're talking about.
This is my question that I actually have for you. Segue into this now. What do you think makes a judge? What do you think? What do you think makes a judge? That's the best way I can phrase that question.
For me, it's multiple things, right? So it's firstly experience. So years in the industry.
Hardy bloody does. Honestly, you could have told them to go somewhere.
It's not my
today.
people. It's not my people. Now
It's
they're chilling there.
So even by your house, you own it.
I love how you just think that I can just communicate to Hadi
Yes,
Just
you can talk to them.
Just give us an extra half an hour, please.
Give us like a few minutes, eh? You know.
No, I can't do that.
I'm hoping that it's not picking up on this microphone.
I really hope so too. What makes a judge?
Yes. Let them talk with us, basically.
Yeah, so I would say experience, ability to convey what it is that you are judging, right? So that can be multiple things. If you are marking someone down, your ability to explain why.
Yes.
If you are giving them the points, your ability to explain why.
Yes.
So not only your experience, but your knowledge of what it is. So as an example, I've been in the stance scene.
Yeah.
I am not going to go and look at how someone has built an engine for a dragster and go and judge that. No.
Yes.
You know? But at the same time, if you have the ability to, great. How are you going to apply that to stunts?
Yeah.
So we've had judges, like I've got mad love and respect for Wayne Bull. So he's been a judge of automotive as a whole, you know, but he's still able to judge stunts and he's able to judge performance and things like that. So
a well-rounded, a well-rounded individual. Another controversial question. Do you think that it is appropriate for one judge to publicly challenge another judge?
Not publicly. It's okay to disagree, but like I'm saying, your ability to communicate that, relay why it is that you disagree. Yeah. But it also should never be in front of the owner of the vehicle. Yeah. Directly there and then. Yeah. It should be, let's take a moment to the side. Yeah. Let's just discuss this thing.
I think that's why we have the decision-making section after you put everything on paper,
which is separate from everyone.
Which is separate from everybody else, because that is the point where we are going to sit down. You are going to say X, I'm going to say X, you're going to say X. We're all going to debate and we're going to say, okay, this is the reasons why we believe we should do X, and we're all going to make a collective decision.
Exactly. The biggest thing also is the ability to remain neutral.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
So, and again, people have that ability. I know a lot of judges have the ability to remain neutral, but because of people in the scene, excuse me, and in the industry, they'll be like, nah, this is favoritism. Yeah. Just because I can go and have a conversation with Wayne or even like a Chris Wall or someone. Yeah. Go and have a, how's it, how you doing? Yeah. Everything chilled. Now, because I spoke to them, all of a sudden we buddies. Yeah. And if I win anything, that's the reason why I've won. Yeah.
But then technically, if we look at it from that point or from that perspective, technically, all shows then have favoritism. Because there is not a single show where you will find a single judge that doesn't know anyone.
Exactly.
So then all shows are
it's never gonna happen.
You know what I mean?
And you've seen it for yourself. Yeah. Every single show, that is the first thing that comes up. Yeah. Best of show winner, no. There's gonna be someone that posts, oh, this is favoritism. Yes. This is this, this is that. Yes. And you're never gonna satisfy everyone.
I compare it to any other judging panel. Let's look at Idols. Yeah. Not everybody agrees that the winner of Idols should have won.
Exactly.
Why? Because you feel like that person should have won.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean the judges are wrong.
Exactly.
It means that,
and it also doesn't mean that that person didn't deserve to.
Exactly. So I always take it back to that. It's almost like, obviously we want everybody to win.
Yeah.
You know? Do you know how difficult? Okay, I don't even have to ask you. Do you know? Because you know, it is so difficult to judge a show. It is difficult. That's why it takes us, or at least me, it takes me a while to say yes if a show asks me to be a judge, because I go and sit down and think about everything that is going to happen at the show. Who's going to be at the show? What's the caliber? What level am I supposed to judge at? Because I've judged various levels of shows. So I've judged concourse shows, I've judged intermediate shows, I've judged entry-level shows. And every one of those levels, you must apply yourself differently. The foundations remain the same.
Yeah.
The foundations never change.
Yes.
But your application of the foundations change as per you go through the levels.
But also, it's not only per level, it's per show within the level, but it goes deeper because you have to extend that to per car, per individual.
Yes, 100%. And you are putting one vehicle against another, against another, against another.
When each vehicle is able to stand on its own.
On its own. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? And it is your job in that moment with your fellows to make a decision on who is actually the standout one. Because they can only be one.
Yeah.
That's the harsh reality.
That's the harsh reality of it. But at the same time, you get people that will take the win, and it'll be, a complete shock to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
But you'll get people where they'll take the win and it'll be the most expected thing ever.
Yeah. Like,
it's obvious.
I knew. Yeah. Type of thing.
It's obvious.
Yeah.
And even in the cases when it's obvious, you'll get the same, no, there's favoritism, there's this, there's that. So it comes back to just being able to block it out and do what you need to do.
100%. Wheel choice. What is your favorite wheel at the moment?
At the moment, I would say on my car, or just in general?
In general.
In general?
If you could choose out of a set of 3 wheels, which wheel would you choose? I'm not going to give you the options. You can make up your own options, and then you can tell me which one you would choose.
Okay, obviously the number one wheel choice, and anyone that knows me knows I've been hunting this wheel for I don't know how long. It's a set of individuals, Exos. That's my number one wheel for this car. I've seen it on the car. I've never had it on the car.
Yeah.
But set of Exos. That's my number one. My second favorite set has to be a set of Lenzo BSX. Yeah.
Lenzos are something else, eh? Lenzos are something else.
I've always said this, and I always get into shit for it. Lenzos are not Eagles.
Yeah. It may look similar.
It's not.
But it's not.
Lenzos are not Eagles. So, a Lenzo BSX, and then the older school wheels. So, 17 Imola.
Yeah.
TSW
Very nice.
Imola.
Very nice. I like your taste.
Yeah.
By the way. Like, these things surprise me every time I interview someone. I'm just like the taste. It's a taste for me.
Yeah.
So ultimately, my goal in the industry would be to, like yesterday. This is a classic example of something that really, really took me. It shocked me, but it was a pleasant shock to me. There was this female that came to our space where we were, and the minute she saw the car, it's almost like lights going on, she lit up. And the one thing she said was, every day or every time she has a bad experience, all she thinks of is this car, and the bad experience disappears. Like, that was so, in that moment I was like, people use this as therapy?
Yeah, that's what I said. You completely underestimate how powerful owning a vehicle is.
Yeah, and the fact that it was a female was a bonus for me, because I feel like our female enthusiasts still today feel like they are inadequate.
Yeah, not only inadequate, that they don't belong.
Yes,
that there's no space for them in this environment, or there's no space for them, and it's always because they they had to deal with one or a few people that didn't have the understanding of, you know what, this is for everyone.
Yeah.
And it's not just for men.
Yeah.
Because even if it is a female that wants to just join the car scene,
yeah,
why can't you show her the way?
Yes.
You are claiming to be one of the big names, or you know, whoever you are in this whole scene. Why can't you nurture them? Why can't you say, okay, I am as big as I am this person in this industry.
Yeah.
Let me show you how to get to where I am.
Yeah.
If it's what you want.
Yeah.
Or even if you just want to enter the scene so you can be a participant. Why can't we help them?
Yes. Exactly.
And it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Well, let me rephrase that. It does happen. It doesn't happen often enough.
Yes.
And too many of our females have had to face people where it's, or your build is shit, or why are you doing this to the vehicle, or you know, your wheel choice is cuck. And the only reason they're saying that is because they have the ability to assert that dominance over a female, and 9 times out of 10 the female will take it, and you know, they won't necessarily act out there and then, but you'll see the withdrawal from them thereafter.
Yeah.
Just
they
because
won't come to the following show. Or,
and that's the complete opposite of what we want.
Yeah, we don't want that at all. We want them to come.
Exactly. Like I cannot tell you how there's one trophy I always love giving out, and that's best female.
Yeah.
Purely because that category exists.
Yeah.
Number one.
Yeah.
Number two, there are participants.
Yes.
Which means we're getting somewhere.
Yeah. At least we are showing the industry that there's a space here.
Exactly.
For this.
And the thing is, we keep saying it's for everyone. We're not saying it's for everyone but females.
Yeah.
It literally is for everyone.
Yeah, just not babies. Like, don't bring babies. And don't bring Adidas.
Yeah, don't
Please.
bring your pets.
Like, I've seen cats and dogs and cars, which is okay, but like, don't let them scratch the car or pee against the wheel, or...
That's actually one of the concepts I wanna roll out with, is having a park off with puppies.
Yeah.
VW did it a while ago.
Yeah.
It didn't really work because I think of the location.
Okay.
But like getting the SPCA out, getting, you know, your pitbull shows, getting those guys that have the high end, you know, the pitbull owners, the kennel owners.
Yeah.
Getting them out, and then also just filling a parking lot with cars.
Yeah. Just having a good time.
Exactly.
Living
Coming,
our
chilling.
best
You got puppies that you can potentially buy. If not buy, you can chill, play with the puppy. I mean, who doesn't want to play with the puppy, man?
Me.
That's your own thing.
Me. Animals and myself. Look, I don't hate animals. But
that me came out like directly, like it was just like, no, fuck
I
all
understand
animals.
that, but I don't hate animals. I would just not own one because they would die on day one.
Because of your own negligence.
Probably
right?
because I won't feed them. I will forget that they exist.
Okay, well,
And
you're
also,
able to admit that. That's why you don't have children.
100%. I'm not ashamed of saying that.
Please don't have children. Don't have children.
They're not animals.
You just basically said,
They're not animals.
so you still have to feed an animal. You still have to bath an animal. You still have to.
Yeah, but I won't be alone in this story. With an animal, I'm alone.
It's practice for when you're not alone.
And they want to snuggle up on you and come near.
You must wake up. You must wake up with dog slobber in your ear.
Imagine. Imagine. No. The most outrageous modification you've ever seen on a car.
So it's not a modification; it's modifications.
Oh, multiple. Okay.
Right.
Cool.
So I don't know if you saw, there was that Toyota Conquest or that Taz that literally looked like someone pressed select all on Need for Speed. It's red, but it's also black, and it's yellow, and it's... Dude, I cannot explain.
Where is this? Yeah, in Joburg.
It's in Joburg. It was actually in the news as well. It was like one of the most outrageous cars ever built. It's like a Taz. I don't even know if it is a Taz, but it's got everything on it, possibly everything.
Was it in speed and sound?
No, not even. It's not a build that you'd want to, like, you know, it's a build.
Okay.
It's actually really it's heavy. It's way.
I want to see
There's
it
fins
now.
on fins on fins on fins. There's
Okay,
the
no.
doors have fins.
No. I'm sorry. if you are the owner and you're watching this, it's a no from me.
Yeah, that conquest, and it runs around Midrand side. That's the most outrageous thing I've ever seen.
Mad.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Imagine. Those are probably the things that I would laugh at.
Yeah. That and obviously the waterfall in the boot.
What do you mean the waterfall in the boot?
The waterfall in the boot. There's a Mercedes-Benz in Durban that's got a waterfall in the boot.
How?
The spare wheel is the pond. So
where does the water escape?
It's got a spout that's built onto the top of the boot. So it's a sedan. So the bowl is the spare wheel is the bowl for the fish, and then it circulates the water through a spout at the top.
So what if there's a flat tire?
Run flats. But I also think that's a trailer car. I don't think that's a driven car. I think that's a trailer car.
I can't believe it. Like,
yeah,
I have to see this.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I haven't lived.
Yeah, waterfall in the boot, and then there's obviously I was gonna say Team Rizzo. Joburg parties.
Yes.
The white polo with the fish tank.
Yes, the daughter.
Yeah,
Raisa's. Yeah. No, but I mean,
I don't know why people want to put animals in their boot.
I think it's quite cool.
I'll have a petting zoo next. I'll just get a whole bunch of puppies and cats.
How would they all fit into there?
I just put 3 maybe, but then that'll mean I'll have to take my sound out. No, I can't do that.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna do.
And I fought to put the sound in here. I fought because I had a 15-inch sub in there before.
Okay. And so what do you have now?
I got 2 10s.
Oh, okay.
And
I feel like in all honesty, I feel like that if you have 2 10s, it's more powerful than a 15. Because I had a 15.
Yeah.
And it did not produce what the 10 that I had. I had 1 10, but it was tuned so well, the 10, that it sounded better than the 15.
Yeah. And that definitely happens. I find with the 2 10s now, I'm louder than the 15. Because also when Masood opened the boot, he just looked at the box and he's like, right, this needs to come out.
Yeah.
Because it was literally the entire boot. My box was the entire boot.
Yeah. Last question from me would be, if you could describe your perfect day out with stance people, what would that look like?
Perfect day out with stance people?
Yeah.
Breakfast run. So, breakfast run out to somewhere, but the end location. So we would have 2 stops. I'm actually just giving away one of my event ideas, but it's fine. You have a breakfast run to a place where you have breakfast, but that's not your final destination.
Yeah.
Second destination from there is a show.
Okay.
But it's not a show. It's a 2-day event. So you park off, you camp, you've got outdoor section, everything just like a camp fest style.
Yeah.
And just the day centered around vehicles and communities, just getting everyone that's just a massive park off place.
Yeah. Nash Mr Chuckles. What is your name, Nash? It's like Nash.
It's Nashin, but everyone knows me as Nash. Yeah.
What? So
Nashin.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you just shortened it.
Yeah.
I mean, you just shortened the names.
Everyone knows.
Yeah,
it's just easier that way.
Let's just shorten it.
And then everyone just started calling me Chuckles because of the car, and then that just stuck as well.
Yeah. So now you don't even go by Nash anymore.
No, not even. And most of the time, people are like, "Who's Nash?" And it'll be people that from the crew.
Yeah.
So people in Daily Star. Yeah. Who's Nash? Where's Nash from? Yeah. Have I seen? And then they're like, "Oh, Chuckles, man." Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for making the time to sit down with me to have this conversation. It was really eye-opening. I think I learned a lot from you today, because most of us we don't really know each other. We would go to shows together, we would talk, we would have the average conversation, but we don't really know what is this guy's view, how does he do things and stuff. So thank you for opening up and being honest about everything, and just making the time to see me, and doing this, obviously my YouTube series that I'm busy with now. And with that being said, I just want to also remind people, please don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and to press the notifications bell, because every time I upload a video, you'll get a notification. It's important. Make a comment if you feel like there's something that was said in the video that you agree with or you don't agree with. Make a comment, but obviously be civil about it. You can't now go and, you know, be that guy that's gonna want to break the internet now. Like, don't be that guy. Not on my stuff. You can go and do it on someone else's stuff, but not here. Also, I am on TikTok, so please follow me on TikTok, stncblogger_edb. I'm also on Instagram, stncblogger_edb. Follow my journey, see what I do, interact with my content, and yeah, leave a comment if you wish to do so. Yeah, and that's it. Thank you so much. And,
no problem. Only a pleasure. Thank you for coming.
I'll see you guys in the next video with the next guest, obviously. Cheers, guys.